Hey there, this is Les Solgrove with Simply Des Moines Stats Market Update for Des Moines and Central Iowa. This week's show is coming to you from Anaheim, California. I'm out at the National Association of Realtors Convention, and I'm collecting information to provide you with a great show for next week, which will be kind of an update of national market stats. But this week's show is just being recorded on Sunday night. I'm out in California, so I don't have all my original equipment, so therefore we don't have the intro. So I hope you'll forgive me on that. Just want to quickly go over a couple of stats this week, and we'll get to the actual numbers that have happened here. Of course, this is the daily market hot sheet that we put out every week, and you can see that we're currently in a balanced market down here for all home buyers. Again, still almost into a balanced market with the existing homes and existing condo townhomes. 2.7 months of inventory. You know, right now we're at 3 months to 5 months is that even market, and right now we're just 2.7 months for existing homes. So I think here in another week or so, we're going to probably jump into the balanced market here. Of course, both of these graphics are available to you at DesMoinesMarketValues.com, and you just simply go to the weekly show graphics, and you'll see all the graphics from this week's show, as well as all the weekly graphics from previous shows. So this week's topic kind of is all about what's going on with new homes. You know, last week or two, there was a round of price reductions that came out on a couple of builders, and I started to do a little bit of research, and several builders were kind of getting ready for the fall and winter market here. It is the fall market going into the winter market, and starting to make some price cuts to maybe get rid of some inventory or get some inventory on the books before we get into the dead of winter. And I thought, well, guys, it sounds like maybe there might be something going on there, and you know, with a number of emails. So I did a little bit of research, and I was looking to see, you know, really what happened out there in the new construction field. And so this week's show is going to kind of focus on that. Now, this is all homes with price reductions, and this is kind of our base before we get into the new construction. And what you can see here is actually for the last 4 weeks now in a row, or 3 weeks, we've seen a reduction, not as many price reductions. We didn't see a reduction in reductions. We didn't see as many price reductions this last 3 weeks, which is kind of odd because of all the emails that went out and a couple of things like that. So that tells me right now that, you know, this is maybe not a big story, as it were. In fact, so I went back and I looked at the number of homes that had price reductions of the homes that are currently on the market. And this is a little bit different look that you might be seeing here. 3,374 homes is what we currently have for sale. And I went back and I compared just the homes that are currently on the market as of right now, as of today, November 12th. There have been year to date of the homes, well, not even year to date, all homes that have been on the market that are currently on the market. So just active homes only. 1,409 of those homes saw price reductions. So some of those homes could have been listed, you know, last fall, last year, last summer. They might be on the market quite a bit of time, especially if they're new construction. Some of them are very, very short on the market. But of the homes that are currently on the market, 3,374, we had 1,409 of those properties that are currently for sale have seen price reductions. So, almost half of the inventory we have out there has seen a price reduction at some point. Then I took it one step further. I said, okay, how many of these 1,409 homes are existing homes or resale properties, you know, not new construction, just single family resale? And there were 944 of those that had the price reductions, and 465 of the remaining reductions of that 1,409 were new construction. And so if there's a great big, you know, mass price reduction going on in the new construction world, we're not seeing it, at least not in the stats. It might have just been that all of a sudden those price reductions came out last week or the week before and made us think that. Of those, I went a little bit deeper here. So of the 944 homes reduced that were existing homes, the average percentage reduction was about 4.5%. And of the new construction, it was about little over 6%. So again, they're not really slashing prices. I think they're just making some good solid business moves this past couple of weeks, and I think we're going to continue to see that as we move forward. We're just not really seeing a lot of major price reductions, just seeing some, and it's pretty much common and healthy for our marketplace, especially as we get into the end of the year. So, all right, with that said, I still want to kind of just focus this week on new construction. So we're going to just go down the slide deck of the new constructions compared to the last 2 years here and finish out this week's show. It's a short one. You can see that our inventory for new construction home, this is single family new construction homes. This is not the condo townhome market, just the single family new construction homes. And you can see that basically the inventory levels have kind of been flat from about May through September, October, a little bit of a dip there between August and September. And we've just started to see a little bit of an increase in inventory here this month of November as we kind of head toward the end of the year. Some of these are likely to be proposed new construction, so they're not necessarily digging holes and putting in foundations on some of these, but we are seeing a little bit of a buildup of inventory. And if you look at 2022, a year ago, we were on a pretty steady rise of new homes coming on the market, and the inventory was building from about May on until we got to that first week of December, and then it tailed off. So I think that it just depends on kind of what mortgage interest rates are doing and what the appetite for new construction homes are. But I think we're going to probably see a few more proposed homes coming on the market, but not necessarily the ones that are being started with basements and built from there. So still quite a bit more inventory than what we had in 2021 here. The median list price, this is the other half of that story here. So just because we have inventory kind of leveling and then kind of starting to rise just a little bit, you'd think maybe what would be happening with the pricing? Well, the median list price, so of these new construction homes that are currently on the market throughout the year, the median list price on that had risen pretty steadily throughout the spring market, which is very, very normal. This is when the new construction business is probably at its highest peak, and around July or so, we started to see the median list price kind of drop. So whether they were making some price reductions, as we went forward, if you recall, I said at the beginning of the show, we saw a pretty good chunk of price reductions here, and maybe that was this little bump right here because it was about a week and a half ago or a week ago, but it wasn't a huge difference in the marketplace. You can see that we are below median list price compared to last year from about September on of this year. And I think actually we're probably going to see some of this pricing continue to drop down just a little bit just because of the mortgage interest rate environment. Even though rates have kind of dropped this past week, we'll talk about that here, I'm sure, with the national news next week. But even though mortgage rates have kind of slowed down just a little bit and started to drop again just a little bit closer to that 7% range again, I don't think that's going to increase pricing again. I think that builders are kind of leery about raising prices as we move into the winter market here. So my expectation is we're going to bump right along that $400,000 price line right here through the end of the year. Maybe see it drop just a little bit. As far as the pace of sales, so this is the number of homes that are currently having offers accepted on them. This is, again, new construction, single family only. Pretty much on track from about August on. We were kind of matching last year's business. This past week, we did see a pretty good little jump, and maybe that's that round of price reductions kicked in and encouraged some home buyers to jump in and make some offers. Where it'd be interesting to see if those price reductions hadn't come in this last couple of weeks to see if this was more flat. But this is just a good sign of indicating that we're pretty close to where we were last year, and that should make builders feel better if they're feeling like stuff isn't selling right now. The pace of sales is actually slightly above last year's pace right here. It's clearly not up as it was in 2021, but then again, that was the year we still had those extremely low mortgage interest rates as well. So as far as the actual number of homes in sale pending, now remember this previous graphic here, the 30-day sale pace measures how many homes have gone under contract within the rolling 30-day period. This is the actual count of the number of homes that are currently in that sale pending category and waiting to close. And again, we're right on track with where we were last year. In fact, we've been quite behind last year's pending sale numbers pretty much all year long. And it's kind of nice to see us here that now that we're kind of equal to where we were last year. So that does tell me that, that again, we're going to end the year pretty similar as far as current sales as we go toward the end of the year. But as you'll see in a second here, when we look at the closed sales, because of this pretty low, this quite large difference here between last year and this year, we're not going to make up some of those sales. So our sales are going to be down from 2022 to 2023. Speaking of pricing yet again here, let's look at median pending price. So you can see we were again pretty well tracking last year from about March on till about that 1st of October. And at that point, the price of, so what median pending price represents is the price at which the home goes under contract. It is not the sale price. It's not the final sale price. And when you're talking about new construction, for sure, a lot of times the list price and the ends up being lower than the actual sale price, because homeowners will add amenities or additional finish. Maybe it's a finished basement, or maybe they'll add extra finishes on the upstairs. And so therefore sometimes the pricing, and many times the pricing will jump. But just to give you an idea, however, the price of the new construction homes, at least at this point in time, are closer to that $400,000 price point, where last year at this time, the median sale price at the time of median pending price at the time the home went under contract was closer to that 435 to 440. So a pretty good difference really as we move into the fall. So I think if you keep that in mind, in fact, let's just go to the next slide here and look at the median sale prices. I think what we're going to see here is this number right here. This is the actual closed sale price for new construction single family homes. I think because we see, let me go back to this one for a second, you see how this drops down. This means these homes are under contract in probably anywhere from 45 to 60 to even 6 months, 45 to 60 days, up to 6 months, depending on the stage of construction. So when we see these median pending prices drop, that just simply means that we're going to see, let's get that back here. We're going to see the median sale price dropping as we move forward here. And you can see last year it was kind of up and down as we went through different periods. And there was a period there where we had 2 or 3 or several transactions that kind of made that number jump. But I really believe that we're going to see this median sale price probably float back down closer to that 400,000, or maybe a little bit lower as we get near the end of the year, just because of this drop here we're seeing. I think that a lot of homeowners are probably making the decision to maybe buy that new construction home and forego the improvements to maybe that additional basement finish and stuff until maybe later when rates are more favorable, or when the market changes just a little bit there. So bringing it to you, the last slide of the week here. This is the closed year-to-date sales of new construction single family homes. And I've been tracking that, and I can kind of forecast out that we're going to end up just over 2,000 closed sales year to date, based on the number of homes that are under contract and kind of the pace of sales. So we're going to end this year right around 2,000, a little over 2,000 closed sales. And if you want to compare that back to 2022 and 2021, a year ago we would have ended the year with about 2,300, so about 300 sales more last year, and about 2,600, so another 300, about 600 homes more the previous year. So in the grand scheme of things, we're not off a lot, but in new construction world, 600 and 300 homes out there, that's quite a bit of new construction inventory that's we're gonna miss compared to last year. So all right, well, that's pretty much the show. So again, be sure and head out to DesMoinesMarketValues.com. That's where all the graphics lives. This video will appear there as well. If you can't find your link, or if you can't find it on social media, you can always go to DesMoinesMarketValues.com and search for the most recent week's videos, and it'll be right on one of the third, I think it's the third page of DesMoinesMarketValues.com. With that, we will see you all again next Sunday night. I'll have hopefully a report from NAR and the national stats, and hopefully some really good news here. I think that's everybody's kind of coming to this convention looking for good news. So with that, thanks again for joining me. We'll talk to you all again next week, and be safe out there.